Jordan Peterson is a clinical psychologist who's gained a lot of attention recently with some of his controversial political and cultural opinions. Today I'm going to be analysing some of his controversial opinions around what it takes to have a successful marriage. Now, if we haven't met each other before, my name's Luke Finn and I'm the founder of the ARC system, which has helped hundreds of dads avoid divorce and reconnect with their wife. Now make sure to stick around to the end of this video where I'm going to be covering the 9 behaviors to create intimate relationships and an unbreakable marriage. Now with all that being said, let's dive right in. So right here, Dr. Peterson is describing the secret to having a healthy and happy marriage.
I think happy is a pretty low goal. I mean, first of all, there's going to be lots of times in your marriage where you are seriously not happy. And sometimes that's going to be because you're having conflict with your partner, but sometimes it's going to be because all hell's broken loose around you. And then if you judge the success of your marriage on your happiness, then the same thing happens if you judge your success in life on the basis of your happiness. What do you have when it's nothing but suffering?
What? Happiness is not a low goal. It's something that we all want in life. I guess what Dr. Peterson is trying to say here is that it's not the best indicator of a successful marriage. I totally disagree. So life can be really challenging sometimes and we all certainly suffer, but the only way to judge the success of a marriage is how happy and content you feel. And the best way to evaluate your happiness in the marriage is to rate it from 0 to 10 using these 3 factors I'm going to share with you now. So number 1, from 0 to 10, how much connection do you feel to your wife? Number 2, how aligned are your goals and visions for life and for your family? And number 3, how much mutual love and support do you feel in your life going through the good and the bad times? Now I guarantee you, if you rated yourself at a 10 for those 3 factors, you're as happy as a pig in shit in your marriage. So Dr. Peterson, what the hell are you talking about? Let's see what else he has got to say.
What you want to have in your marriage is, I would say, first and foremost, like a scrupulous honesty. And I don't just mean that you tell each other the truth, because you can be brutal with the truth. I mean the kind of honesty that's devoted towards thriving in love, you know?
Dear Lord, no. You don't need scrupulous honesty. You don't want to be the kind of guy that is wondering what to say and when. This kind of advice leaves so many men feeling like they're walking on eggshells, wondering what to say and when and how she's going to react. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. You've got to be brutally honest in your relationship. It's the only way you and your wife are truly going to get to know one another. Now, we also have to differentiate between being brutally honest and being mean. You don't need to be mean, but at the same time, you want to be able to be honest and open with your wife. Now, I'm well aware this is something that we struggle with as men in relationships, so I've created a free communication guide that's going to help you rebuild trust and connection in your marriage by being brutally honest. You can find that guide down below. Okay, Dr. Peterson, please continue.
You want to act nobly in your relationship. You want to be reliable and productive and generous.
Okay, totally agree.
And then if you're lucky, now and then, you might be happy.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck? I'm so sick and tired of this pessimistic bullshit. And have you ever noticed when you call someone out, they'll say, I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist. No, brother, if you're feeling a lack of happiness in your marriage or your life, it's because you're so stuck in your head and chasing after goals and you're never satisfied. Don't be a pessimist.
And you might have a clear enough conscience so that in those rare moments where you are truly happy, you can also enjoy it without guilt. And so you aim at something a lot higher than happiness, and then you welcome it if it deigns to land on you for brief moments of time.
So what the hell is higher than happiness? I honestly don't know. But I will say one thing, you got to eradicate guilt from your life. So Dr. Peterson talks about being happy without guilt. And I assume what he means by this is that you've done the work so you can just, enjoy your happiness without feeling any guilt. Fuck that. Yes, be happy. Yes, enjoy each moment of your life where possible, but for the love of God, eradicate guilt from your life. The feeling of guilt helps you in no way in your life other than maybe as an indicator that you've acted incorrectly and that you need to correct something. But let's be honest, that can also be done without guilt. Guilt just keeps you down, and it's no wonder that Dr. Peterson is talking about having a life full of suffering, because I guarantee you, if you're feeling guilt all the time, then you're going to be suffering all the time. So set yourself free, you make mistakes, learn from them, and move forward.
One of the practices that my wife and I have that really helped us a tremendous amount more recently when we were both recovering from very serious illnesses is we had instituted a policy of regular dates. and probably 25 years ago, maybe longer. And that was at her impetus. I was resistant to the idea to begin with, but not for long. And
oh, we are laughing because when our wives tell us to do something, we cave in and do it. Probably because we're scrupulously honest. Jokes aside, dating is great advice. This is something that we all need to be doing. Finally, something that we both agree on. You've got to carve out the time and make the effort in your marriage. Otherwise, it goes on the back burner, and before you know it, you're feeling disconnected from your wife and your marriage is going in a downward spiral. Carving out time and making an effort is the only viable long-term strategy for a happy and healthy marriage. If you enjoyed this video, then you need to watch this next video on the 9 behaviors required to create a deeply intimate and connected marriage.